Good morning. No, it's not Friday Coffee and a Card, but it is a very special day today. Today is Tuesday, May 6th, and today is the day that the new annual catalog goes live for customers. We're so excited. We're going to wait till some people come on, and then we can have a little conversation about what's happening with the new catalog. I can actually open it up and show you some things. I can show you some of my favorite things. I could show you how things are set up. And I have some other news from Stampin' Up to share with you as well. So as people are hopping on, please say a little hello so that we can get an idea who's on and watching. And don't forget to interact and ask some questions if you have to. If you have some things that you want to ask, some things you want to add that I might not have said, or something that you want to share with us, feel free to hop right on and do that. Okay. So I hope you've had a nice weekend. Last week, I actually did something different. Last Wednesday, I did something that I called Whip It Up Wednesday. It was a pre-recorded tutorial that was just a really quick thing, a really quick card. Sometimes we need that, especially midweek. If you don't have something that you can just pull off your stash, which I recommend that you do when you're making cards, make an extra and keep it in a stash so that you have a go-to. But, sometimes maybe you just want a break. Sometimes you need a specific card. So my Whip It Up Wednesday was a way to do a really, really quick card, and then you have something to go. So it's fun to do complicated cards, fun folds, using a lot of different product that we love so much. But sometimes you need something just quick and simple, and sometimes it's just as good. Often it is just as good. So anyway, so check that out. I'm hoping to put one up again tomorrow. I'm not committing to having this every week, but I'm going to try. Okay. So occasionally there will be a Whip It Up Wednesday. So I'm hoping to record that when I'm done with you today. So just hopped on for a few minutes today to share with you some of the new things that are happening with Stampin' Up. It's a lot easier than me typing it all out and then you reading this long narrative. I'll just go live. You can sit back and listen. Okay. All right. So don't forget to say hello. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you. All right. So we are on Facebook and YouTube. Just a reminder that the live comments on YouTube, I cannot go back and see later. But I will go back and see the comments on Facebook. And if I missed your question or comment, I will respond to you there. If you're watching the replay, or if you're on YouTube and you have a burning question, you can always type it in the comments on the replay of the YouTube video, or you can email me directly at Lorraine@stampwithlorraine.com. Okay, that's easy to remember, right? Everything is stampwithlorraine.com. That's my blog. That's my Facebook. Well, Stamp with Lorraine. That's YouTube, Stamp with Lorraine. Email, Lorraine@stampwithlorraine. Can't go wrong. I'm Lorraine. All righty. So anyway, I just wanted to share the new catalog. I'm going to switch over my screen here so that you can see it. Look at this. And this is so exciting. I can now open it and show you things that are inside. Let me tell you how hard it was not to do that. We're as demonstrators, we are not allowed to show the inside of the catalog until it goes live. So anyway, let me make sure I get this in view here. Move my little computer corner out of the way. Here we go. All right. So as a demonstrator, one of the best things is being able to pre-order things a month early. So that means that I was able to show you some things ahead of time before the catalog went live. And hopefully, you're excited to maybe now order some of those new things. We only have a certain list of things that we're allowed to pre-order. I couldn't pre-order anything and everything from the catalog, but we had a list of certain things. So maybe that's why you saw demonstrators were all kind of demonstrating and showing the same thing in their sneak peeks. So now I'm excited also because now I get to order some of the other things I had my eye on that I wasn't able to pre-order. So I'm going to be placing my order in a little bit later, as well as my paper share order. If you haven't seen that, go to my blog, stampwithlorraine.com, and you can read all about my paper share. Now, I had a preliminary order where I'm going to order the paper for the people who have already placed an order for my paper share. I originally said the cutoff was yesterday so that I can get those orders in today when the catalog goes live, because I couldn't order all of the paper ahead of time. So today is when I can order the paper share. And so those people who have already ordered, I'm going to order those. They'll come in really soon. I'll get them cut up and packed and out to you. I am doing a second round of a paper share for people who might want to hop on the bandwagon. And just now that you can have the catalog, you can see the catalog, you can see more products. I can post pictures of all of those products, and then I'll put those up on my blog a little bit later, because I wasn't really allowed to show catalog pictures. So I had to trust that you might have seen in the catalog or seen people demonstrating with some of these papers online, or just trust that you love the paper shares. All right, so go back to that later on today, and I'll update all the papers on that. But you will have until Sunday to place an order for my second round of paper shares. And then you'll get that closer to the end of the month or early June. All right. So catalog live today. You can order anything from the catalog, but there are also online exclusives too that are new today. So make sure that you check out both. You can find them both on the website. So even if you don't have a physical catalog, you can then, just check that out online. My store is, well, that's the one thing that does not say Stamp with Lorraine. But anyway, my online store is Lorraine Sish, that's my last name, at stampinup.net. Okay, no exclamation point, and it's .net, not .com. So you can shop there. And I appreciate if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be yours. So check it out. And don't forget now, the other thing with Stampin' Up! Now is that you get rewards with every order. You can't use them on the current order that you're placing at the moment, but you can bank them and save them for your next order. So they're good for up to a year. So you can either use them to decrease the amount of your next order, or you can save them up and then just get something fun later on. Okay, or save up to get a free stamp set, or some cardstock or designer paper, whatever you need. Okay, so they're good for up to a year. If you have multiple expirations of reward points, Stampin' Up! Will take the ones that are oldest, so that the ones that are left will still be good for even longer. Okay. All right. So excited. The catalog now has it's a little similar to the catalog we had last year. It was a big change from the regular layout of the catalog. Right now, there are the catalog this time is similar, but it has some changes that I think went back to the old style that some of us are happy with. So first of all, especially for beginners, in the beginning, it has step-by-step crafting. It has a lot of kits, a lot of pre-printed things that you can just put together and make a quick card with. And even avid stampers enjoy doing that sometimes as well. But for beginners, it's also great. So you have a lot of kits here. You have a lot of kits on the online exclusives too. So make sure that you check that out. That's where most of the kits are. And constantly adding new kits all the time. So definitely check that out. And then as you progress through the catalog, it goes into some scrapbooking materials, which can be used for cards too. Some of the elements are really big, which makes sense for a 12 by 12 layout, but some of the things can be cut down, or you can use them as a large focal point on a card, and vice versa. Your card making materials can be used for scrapbooking as well. So I feel they're very interchangeable, but you do have some scrapbooking workshop kits. So again, maybe you like scrapbooking, but you don't like kind of starting from scratch and doing the whole layout. Well, there are some kits now that kind of suggest different layouts for you, and you have all the elements right there to put together some great pages. And you have a variety of themes. You have some turtles, you have birthday, you have memories. So a lot of options there. Kits come with some designer paper, stickers, the uh, cardstock. Some of it is a two-tone cardstock. Stampin' Up! Now has two-tone, where um, one side is just a little bit lighter than the other. I'll show you with the green that I have here real quick. I might have shown you this before, but this is something a little different. So here's the front. Okay, this is the same paper. I'm going to flip it over so that you can see, and there's the back. Okay, so just one slightly darker than the other. And then here is the Granny Apple Green two-tone. All right, so this was the Garden Green, and that's the Granny Apple Green. And on my computer, this looks kind of grayish, but trust me, it's the regular colors, so it's all good. So that's kind of fun, and it is white core, so that when you tear it, you will see some, the inner part is white. The color doesn't go all the way through. Sometimes, a lot of times you don't want that, because when you're cutting it, you don't want to see the edge. But when you're, if you want that element for that to show, particularly nice, I like with blues, looks like foam on the ocean. But you want to see a little bit more dimension, then you can tear it and get that extra element. You can sand it and get that little brushed look. I sanded this side here, and here I did not. So you can see, got that little distressed look. I crinkled this up here, and where it's crinkled, you see a little bit variation in the two-tone. So here it is in the yellow, in the pretty bubble bath, I think, and then the Petunia Pop there. So in the Lost Lagoon. So gives you ideas of things to do with the two-tone. So that's something kind of new. And then it moves on to some other kits. You have some templates again that you can create, use to inspire some of your layouts for your cards. This is a fun thing where you have some sentiments. Some are black lettering on white, and some are white on black. So you can get that look of embossing like I did here without having to do the embossing. So I love that look as well. So again, here's some samples of the templates that we saw over here. Some of my stamping friends the other day, we were looking at this and saying, oh yeah, okay, this one is over here. All right, so the wreath with the sentiment, and here's a circle with the sentiment here. So we were looking and saying, oh yeah, look, this is what you can do. So this is a great resource as well as just a catalog. And so then we have, moving on to some quick and easy options for card making. Memories and More kits are basically just cards that are, so I have it here. Hold on. Oh, here we go. They were originally intended to do some like pocket journaling, where you have little pockets where you can insert, like a photo album where you can insert larger photos or smaller photos, and then do some scrapbooking that way. But they are great for cards as well. You cut them up in different ways. You have a variety of prints and colors in here. This one is the Celebration Expression. So it's kind of all about birthdays. You've got banners. I mean, look at all of these here. There are 54 double-sided pieces here, okay, between the large and the small. And like I said, they are double-sided. This is what a crowning achievement in this little crown there. So you have a lot of variety. So if you want, again, some quick cards, that's something that you can do. Oh, here are those sentiments that I was showing you in the catalog. Okay, there's stickers, and you can just, well, not stickers, but they're like ephemera. You could just punch them out and put them on your cards. So you have some white and you have some black. Nice to mix and match that. Put those together, and you really have a quick, easy card. All right, then moving on, you have some quick and easy options for your card making, where you have maybe some minimal stamping you can use a nice big font statement and then put a little, just little colors or little embellishments around, and you've got a great card. So again, this is kind of nice and easy there. I'm not going to go through the whole catalog. I just want to kind of show you the layout here. And then we're moving on into the sweet collections. Some of them have 2 stamp sets and dies, and then embellishments, designer paper, everything that kind of coordinates there. So you will see those sweets shown there. You can use them for home decor. So that's really kind of fun. Okay, here's the turtles that I had shown you that I had before. Embellishments, ribbon, die, stamp, embossing folders, designer paper. Get it all, or get it, get the pieces that you like the best. Okay, so some of the most beautiful ones I love is this beautiful gallery, very old-fashioned, vintage looking, if that's your thing. I mean, you have all these styles here, right? What a change from like those quirky, fun little turtles to something a little bit more vintage, or what you might see in a museum. And speaking of this, the dies that go with this, cut out a frame that has the miter corners scored, so it does look like a frame that you would put around an important painting. So I'll be showing you a lot more of these. This is one of my favorites, and I know a lot of my customers in downline are anxious to get this one. It's called Inspiring Imperfections, and it's an art form called kintsugi, and I'm not going to try to define it exactly, but it's like where there are these pieces of cracked or broken pottery that's put together. It's an Asian art form. So really pretty, and I love the blues and the white, and has some gold foils mixed in there. This is on my list. I'm ordering this today because it was not on pre-order, but I can't wait to see this. So a lot of things to order. This is another one on my list, is Boho Vibes. Again, very different, a lot of different styles going on here. I love these. I love the colors. I love the simpleness of the card. Great for adults or kids as well. So lots of things here, lots of stamp sets. This is one that's nice, that you have some inside and outside sentiments. I know that's one thing that a lot of us wish Stampin' Up had more of, is inside sentiments, right? So the set here on page 89 called The Right Words has a lot of those ready to go for you. There's these banners, which are not this big, but you can see how big they are here. So it's actually 7 inches by 5 3/8. So you can make nice, huge banners. So that's slightly smaller than a half a sheet of cardstock. All right, think of it that way. And there are layered ones, so you can make all different sizes. You can layer them. And the smaller ones you can use on cards. So the big ones are great for actual banners for like a birthday or something. So there are a lot of things to look at here, and things that are going on my list today. So one thing that we love in the new catalog is punches are all on one page now, okay, rather than kind of scattered about. And if there are punches that coordinate with a specific set, they are listed in the set, with the set. Okay, so the generic punches are all here, page 105, and then all the dies are listed together. Well, actually not all the dies, but these alphabet dies, 6 of them anyway, some shapes. Again, ones that aren't bundled with something else. Okay, let me put it that way. All right, so we have 3 different alphabet ones and a variety of shapes and sizes there. Embossing folders are on the next page. You see them all right there. If you see a little N next to the description, that's the new product. Hello, Joan. Nice to see you on. Thank you. Yes, we do like it a little bit better than last year's. Yeah. Okay, a lot of things that are a little bit more easy to find, I think. So, all right. And then you have your materials, your adhesives, and then you have specialty papers, your foils and whatnot. And then this is one thing I really love too, is all the designer papers are listed on some consecutive pages here. What also is nice is a lot of them have carried over from either the mini catalog or the last annual catalog. So this one, the Season of Elegance, with that distressed look with the foil, has carried over. Like I said, the ones with the N are new. I have the Florals in Bloom, which is another one of my favorites. Love that. I can't wait to get the Kintsugi. Nest of Winter carried over. Turtles are new. Perennial Lavender carried over. Country Woods carried over. Thoughtful Journey carried over. And the Beautiful Gallery is new. Splendid Autumn carried over. Boho Vibes is new. Beautiful Bouquet. Bokeh is carried over. And then on this page, I like how Stampin' Up! Gave separate pictures for each of the color families and the in colors. So this is the paper. If you don't know, every year Stampin' Up! Does 6x6, a pattern of 6x6 designer paper that is the same pattern that they give across each of the color families and each of the in color collections. So in the past, sometimes there was just a small little box and it showed just maybe one set of colors, one family, and then it said in the small print, oh, also available and blah, 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 blah. So this is showing you that this pretty collection of some florals and some leaves. I was not able to pre-order this, so I haven't seen it in person, but I can see it right here in the catalog. The 24, 26 in colors, and then the new in colors, the brights, the neutrals, the regals, the subtles. So you can be reminded it can come in all those color families and color collections. Okay, then you have your envelopes and you have your ribbons all on one page. So when you're looking for just the right ribbon, you don't have to thumb through every page of the catalog. It's here. And remember, if you have a lighter colored ribbon or twine, you can take your Stampin' Blends and go over it and color it in to match whatever color you're using. And then you have your tools and whatnot. And then, of course, your inks. This is something Stampin' Up! Always had. This hasn't changed. You have all your different color families of cardstock, the ink pad, the ink refill, the blends, and a lot of it comes in the two-tone cardstock now too. So a lot of things to look at. And yes, I think the layout is a lot better. So I hope you do like that and place your order and start earning your rewards. If you have any questions, please reach out and ask me, okay? Because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you, and we're here to enjoy all of our stuff together, right? Okay, so another thing, I'm going to switch back over off of my table here. I'm going to switch this over. There we go. All right. And so just wanted to mention out a couple other little things that Stampin' Up! Is offering right now. First of all, when you're ordering, if you have ever went to order something and it says it's not available, and you say, oh, shucks, okay, so I'll just do it next time. Look at that, I have my hair sticking up. Anyway, then you keep going back and you keep going back. Is it available? Is it available? When should I put my next order in? Should I wait? I don't know. Demonstrators can find out in our inventory when it is estimated to be back in order. And some of my customers have asked, said, oh, this isn't available. When's it coming back? And I will look that up for you. But now, this is a great feature. If you go to order something, Stampin' Up! Will say it's unavailable now, but would you like to opt in for a notification for when it is available again? Yay! Isn't that a great thing? So you don't have to keep going back to the website, seeing is it available each day or every other day or whatever, or worry that you're going to miss out and it's not going to be available again. It might come back and then all of a sudden it's out again. So you can opt in to get notifications that when it comes back in stock, and then you can do your ordering. So that's a fabulous feature. If in the future you want to opt out of those notifications, you have that option as well. Okay, but so you will be prompted if you want to do that when you're placing an order and it's not available at the moment. But you can still reach out to me and ask me when, if you're just kind of curious that, okay, is it going to be in a week or is it going to be 2 weeks or 3 weeks? So definitely something that is going to be a good feature now on the website. Also, a new join offer. Stampin' Up often does a great one during May, and this year is no different. It is in the US. It normally you get $125 worth of product plus free shipping for only $99. And lately they're throwing in a paper pumpkin kit as well, which is like worth another 20 something, 22, $25. So those are great deals. Plus you get some business supplies, you get a case of catalogs, and you want to send, give some out to friends and share the joy. But you don't have to be a business person. You could just be a hobbyist as long as you meet the minimum. So right now you get an extra $40 worth of product. So you're going to get $165 worth of product for just $99. So an extra $40 from the normal kit is what I'm trying to say. So that's an awesome thing. Imagine what you can do with all that extra. So if you have an order that is $99 or more, consider signing up and getting the starter kit for only $99. The only thing you have to add to that is tax. All right. And you do have to limit, you have to get as close as you can to that amount. You can't go over. But once you sign up as a demonstrator and you're signed up after getting your starter kit, then you could order those things at your discount. You'll be getting 20% discount off of your next purchases. And you can work up to 25% as you, promote to a new title. So that's the news. That's going to be good up until the end of May. So all the things to remember: new catalog, new online exclusives, the reward system, 10% on every order starting at $20, and you can save those for a year. Notifications when products are back in stock, and the new starter kit offer. So those are the updates, and I hope you have a great week perusing through all the new products. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out either on Facebook or email me. And if you need to shop, there's my online store down below. Okay, so thanks for hopping on or watching the replay today. And we'll talk to you soon. I'll be coming around showing you a lot of new products and things that you can do with the new things. So things you could do with the things. That makes sense. Things you could do with the new products. All right. So have a great week, everybody. Thanks for hopping on, and we'll see you again soon. Watch out for maybe tomorrow. I'm hoping to get a Whip It Up Wednesday on there. All right. Take care. Bye now.